Hello YouTube, how's it going? It's Professional here. Today I wanted to make another top 5 video and I was thinking about possible topics. I decided on top 5 most broken, overpowered features / weapons added to GTA Online. Some of them have been in the game since launch, but others have been added into the game with updates. Now this list is a list of things players abuse. They range from exploits to glitches to overpowered weapons. None of these are good for the game, and I believe in my opinion, they are really hurting the game. I'll be perfectly honest with you guys, I don't think Rockstar is ever going to fix one of these. I hope I'm wrong and they do, but some of these problems have been in the game since launch, others for years. Chances are, you have seen people use most of these. With this list, you can just see how unbalanced some things are in GTA Online. Now this is my opinion, and it's kind of a rant, because some of these things are really bad for the game, and it really frustrates me that nothing is being done about them. Now enough of me talking, let's start the video. Starting off at number 5 is Easy Way Out. This is a problem that has existed since launch, but it didn't get big until next gen with the addition of more militarized updates where people started getting more competitive. I remember when GTA Online first came out on PS3 in 2013. I did not see anyone intentionally killing themselves over and over, but like I said, with these military updates, some people got way too serious about PvP combat. These people constantly kill themselves with the easy way out mechanic, or they blow themselves up whenever they get into combat with anyone. If they take even a little damage, oftentimes they will instantly easy way out. The reason this is so bad is because it ruins any kind of fair PvP combat. I know what some people are going to tell me. They easy way out because of cops, or they easy way out after a kill to ensure fair PvP having full health. But I gotta say, barely anyone plays this game fair. People use the cheapest tactics to get kills. I have encountered so many easy way out spammers, where they fire an RPG at me, and they just easy way out right after that. It basically makes it really hard to kill them, and they always fire an RPG at you. The worst part about this is that people who do things like this actually think that makes them good. They actually think that constantly blowing yourself up somehow makes you good. They will easy way out over and over when you damage them a little, and they get that one lucky kill on you after easy way outing so many times, and they act like they won the fight. The reason the 1-0 kill is so infamous in the GTA community and joked about is because people actually do it. They kill you once, and they think they won the fight. I remember a long time ago, I had a guy constantly easy way out, and they finally got a kill on me, and the guy started bragging. I told the guy, I don't care, and he immediately changed his tone. The guy went from bragging to getting upset and angry that I didn't care that he 1-0'd me. He acted like I should care. Then he started bragging about his kill-death ratio, which is a different topic, but he said how much higher his is than mine, and I still told him, I don't care, to which he started saying it makes him a better player. Who cares about kill-death ratio in a Grand Theft Auto game? The easy way out is abused. It's not how Rockstar intended. If they intended it to be used for that, you wouldn't have had them trying to patch it as they did last year. However, even though they made attempts at changing how easy way out works, people still do it, and they just RPG themselves or sticky bomb themselves. I have played so many online games with PvP, everything ranging from shooters to third-person action to fighting games. I have never ever seen a game where people intentionally kill themselves to avoid being killed by another player. If you do this in any other game, it negatively impacts your stats. That's why people don't do it in those games. But in GTA, constantly killing yourself does not affect your stats. Whenever I get attacked by someone and they just start easy way outing, I just go back to my apartment or office. They then spam me that I'm scared. But trust me, I'm not scared of this crap. It's not worth my time even fighting with somebody like this. It's just a waste of time. You will never see me easy way out or blow myself up, even in the worst situations. At number 4, we have Ghost Organization spam. Now don't get me wrong, I know Ghost Organization is useful. It's very helpful for getting away from hostile players and good to sell cargo with because it gives you a 3-minute window to deliver. The problem is that many people abuse Ghost Organization and use it for bad purposes. Whenever you see somebody activate it in a lobby, you begin to wonder to yourself, are they going after me? You start to look behind you and up in the sky. You then say to yourself, oh, it's fine, they aren't going after me, and then you get blown up right after. There's now a new glitch out there that gives people unlimited Ghost Organization, but before that, people would spam it to have unlimited Ghost. I know some people are going to tell me the cooldown on Ghost Organization is 5 minutes, so it's balanced. What makes it unbalanced is when you have multiple griefers and a CEO. They activate Ghost, and then the second it ends, they disband the CEO, another member invites the other griefers, and then that guy activates Ghost, and they keep doing it back to back. And they also use Off the Radar. You can see me doing Ghost back to back as a test with my friend here. At least with Off the Radar, you need to call instead of hitting one button. But by the time the second person's Ghost Organization ends, they're ready to use it. The problem is, it's so bad that I once saw 3 griefers abusing Ghost Organization. The first guy used it, then the second guy activated, and then the third guy activated. They would just keep inviting each other back to back, and they would just spam Ghost Organization. They were attacking everybody in the lobby and destroying cargo. I hope this never comes into Red Dead Online, because if I see something like Ghost Posse in that game, I'm gonna go crazy. Next at number 3, we have passive popping. A lot of people ask me in my videos what passive popping is. Passive popping is when you use passive mode to gain an unfair advantage on someone and kill them. I know what a lot of people are wondering, but isn't passive mode used to avoid combat? Yes, it is. The point of passive mode was so that hostile players couldn't kill you. It was to avoid combat. Instead, you have people who use it to sneak up on others. What they do is they activate passive mode, and then they get really close to you and follow you around the map. They get out of passive mode at the last second and kill you. You have barely any time to react. It's a completely unfair, cheap tactic. The worst is not on foot, but when people do it in weaponized vehicles. Let's say there's some guy in a jet, he's griefing the lobby, he's blowing up cargo, killing everybody in the lobby with a jet. Some other guy gets into a jet to shoot him down, that griefer activates passive mode, flies around in circles, gets behind that other guy, shoots him down. Totally unfair dogfight. People passive pop on everything, from the oppressor to fighter jets to even helicopters. What makes no sense is that certain vehicles like the Super Volito Carbon, you can't use passive mode in, but you can use it in weaponized vehicles like jets? How does that make any sense? I once got into an argument with a passive popper. I called passive popping an exploit, and the guy got really defensive and angry, telling me that it's not an exploit, and instead he called it a legitimate tactic. No one can sit there and tell me that this is a legitimate tactic. This is an exploit. I don't care how much they argue that it's not, it is. How do I know it's an exploit? An exploit, while it's not necessarily a glitch, it's abusing something in a game that the developer did not intend for. There's no way Rockstar designed passive mode intending for players to sneak up on others like this. It was for people to avoid hostile players. Anyone who thinks that's what it was made for has no idea what they're talking about. Passive mode will most likely never be changed. If it did, what would fix it is not being able to use passive mode in weaponized vehicles, or not being able to get out of passive mode when you enter a weaponized vehicle. They could also make it that in those 10 seconds, the 10-second transition period between passive mode and no passive mode, you can be killed but can't fight back. That would greatly reduce the amount of passive popping, but unfortunately, Rockstar will probably never address this issue. At number 2, we have the Orbital Cannon. Where do I start with this thing? When the Doomsday Heist was first revealed, people were worrying about the Orbital Cannon. I was very ignorant at the time, because I said, don't worry, it's probably going to be just for a mission. I'm sure Rockstar won't add that thing to free mode. I was so wrong. I was so wrong. They added a weapon into the game that can target you almost anywhere on the map, and it can even shoot through certain bridges. It will kill you no matter what. There's barely any way to defend yourself, or even know someone is using this weapon. Because of this, there's this constant paranoia in many players, including myself, that we might get orbitaled any second. I never thought GTA Online would come to this, where you have to constantly look at the map to see if anyone is in their facility, possibly targeting you with that stupid cannon. The most stressful time is during sales. They could destroy it at any moment. There is a 48-minute cooldown, and you have to pay $750,000 for auto-targeting, but that doesn't matter. Why? There's a glitch out there that has been in the game for over a year, where people can fire the cannon and hit you again. They don't have to wait for the 48-minute cooldown. They don't have to pay. They can just rejoin your lobby later and hit you again. I barely see anyone actually pay for the cannon. 95% of the time when someone orbitals, I see them leave right after, indicating they did the glitch. I once got orbitaled 7 times in 1 hour by the same guy who followed me around. I know what some people are going to say, but you're a YouTuber, so you're going to get targeted. That's true. I am a target because of this, but I see plenty of random players not do anything to anyone that get orbital cannoned. And the worst part is these griefers wait until someone is selling cargo to do it. If they see someone selling cargo, they go to their facilities and orbital cannon their shipment. The victim loses thousands of dollars of cargo, even possibly millions, and the griefer does the glitch, not having to pay $750,000 or wait for the 48-minute cooldown. This weapon was created for griefing. It has no other purpose. I'm so against this weapon that I will never use it on anyone, even a griefer. This cannon has done nothing but cause harm to the game. I have read so many comments from people that wrote to me that they stopped playing the game because of this cannon. And these orbital cannon griefers are so toxic that many of them actually think it takes skill to use this. These are such toxic players that in the middle of combat, if they start losing the fight, they get annoyed. They accept a heist invite back to their facility, teleport back to their facility, and use the orbital cannon. I even had a guy once orbital cannon me. Then he sent me a screenshot of it saying 1-0, you got owned. like it somehow took skill to sit inside your facility and hit one button. People that abuse this cannon are such terrible players, and I hate saying this because Rockstar is my favorite company, but they should be ashamed of themselves for adding this broken cannon into the game. They have done absolutely nothing about the Orbital Cannon glitch. People have lost millions of dollars of cargo due to griefers abusing this glitch. I don't care about myself. I have over $500 million, but what about some low level just starting out? He fills up his crate warehouse, excited to sell it, then some scumbag orbital cannons it. He loses hours of time and millions of dollars of cargo, and that loser who did it, he doesn't have to pay anything. Rockstar instead patches things like the Bombushka, preventing us from storing vehicles in the back, but won't fix game-breaking glitches like this broken cannon. Why? Because in my opinion, it doesn't affect shark card sales. How do I know? There was a new glitch with the Orbital Cannon where people were making millions of dollars through it, and that got patched, but the actual Orbital Cannon glitch? Still nothing. It's still in the game. People will tell me, but it's not Rockstar's fault the Orbital Cannon glitch is in the game. It's a server issue, so they can't fix it. It's still their fault, because you would think that if they add this crazy broken weapon that can blow anyone up almost anywhere on the map, they would test it to make sure it can't be abused. Simple testing would have found the Orbital Cannon glitch before launching the Doomsday Heist. Instead, they just rushed it or found the glitch and didn't care and released the DLC anyways. And at number 1, the most broken thing in GTA Online is the Oppressor Mark II. You knew this one was coming. This is the most broken, overpowered thing in the game in my opinion. So many people are making fun of GTA Online, calling it Saints Row Online because of this vehicle. I knew this thing was bad before it even came out. A lot of people were saying to me, oh, it's not going to be that bad, it's not going to be overpowered. And then when it was released, a lot of people were abusing it, and people came back to me and asked me, how did you know? How did I know this would be overpowered and broken? The regular Oppressor was already annoying enough to fight in combat, but at least that thing had no countermeasures. The moment I found out that this thing would have countermeasures, I knew it would be broken. I said all people would do if you locked onto them is they would use countermeasures, then they would come back around for another pass and bomb you again. When I first reviewed it, I said if someone masters the flight on this thing, they could abuse it to bomb people on the ground. And that's exactly what people do today. The missiles are already really accurate on this thing. They're almost as good as Ruiner missiles. But what makes the Oppressor Mark II so broken and so overpowered is the fact that this thing can be spawned so easily. It can be spawned with the MC menu, with this one button, and it instantly spawns. There's no cooldown on it. Even if they aren't in the MC, if they own a terabyte, they could just spawn it from the menu. This thing is very fast and agile, and there's almost nowhere you can escape from it. The only place outside buildings would be underwater, but that's not even a solution. The only two vehicles that I've seen that stand a chance against the Oppressor Mark II are the Stromberg and the fully loaded Ruiner, but these aren't even counters. How are they not counters? The fully loaded Ruiner has a lot of health and can blow them up, but that lasts only for 20 minutes, and you can't call another one in for an hour. The Stromberg, while it has good missiles, does not have as good agility as a Ruiner, and someone on the Mark II can die from an angle where they can't be locked onto and blow the Stromberg up. The Up and Atomizer can knock people off the Oppressor Mark II, as here I was testing it with my friend, but it's very hard to do. This thing has no counters, and any other vehicle fighting it has a cooldown. Just how overpowered is this thing? You can see from the gameplay here, I was fighting 3 Oppressor Mark II griefers, and they were passive popping with the Mark II and easy way outing. People can just spawn this thing at any time and go after you, and it's very fast, meaning it can catch up to most vehicles. The only way to somewhat balance it would be to disable the spawn from an MC menu, but I can't picture Rockstar ever doing it. I know many people will tell me they don't use the Mark II to grief, but I personally think this thing has caused more problems than it's solved. My personal opinion, futuristic motorcycles like this, they don't belong in GTA in the first place. GTA is a crime game. It's not Saints Row or something like that. I don't know how it even counts as a motorcycle. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Was there anything that I missed? I wanted to make a video on the top 5 things that I believe are broken in the game. I hope that you guys enjoyed it. If you did enjoy my breakdown of these unfortunate things, drop a like. And if you're new to my channel and enjoy my content, subscribe. I'll see you guys on the next one. Take care, everyone.